We did already talk about adaptive path and weakest skills, like as shown here. The ebook is in 4 different versions. Each ebook has 15 questions, so they're 4 times 15, right? So there are 60 versions of a question at this level, but then there are 60 times 24. 60 times 24, there are 1,000. And actually there are 4 lessons in a fractal, so you can multiply that by 4, and this is the type of richness that exists. But remember, the students don't get all of those problems. They only get, in a 4 lesson fractal, they would get 15 times 4. They would only see 60 problems. So that's an overabundance of content, so you can selectively choose which assets to give to the students in a prescriptive manner on a real-time case-by-case decision process. But we already kind of talked about this. What we want to talk about more right now is our weakest skills leveling. We call it weakest skills leveling. And I have a image of it here. Let me expand this. And we're looking at weakest skills from a 2-dimensional perspective. There's dimension 1 is academic skills, language skills, study skills, and then attitudes and motivations, which are sociopsychometric down here, right? And we have these in a dependency stack. Your academic skills, if you're studying in English, and English is not your first language, then your language skills are going to either hinder you or help you, right? So your language skills would be primary, and your academic skills would be secondary. But if your study skills are poor, then both of these will go up in flames. But if your attitudes are bad, your motivation is poor, then everything is dependent on this more fundamental skill set. And so we've shown that the pink is attitudes and motivations, which I have lowest. Now we would like these all to be 100%. I wish mine were, but they're not. So in this case, if you're going to give 100% of your attention here, we would give double attention to the weakest skill. This is how the system works. So 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%? No, double here. This would be 40%, 20%, 20%, 20%. So you're giving double attention to this. It's going to rise faster than the other, theoretically, and until it gets to 34%. And then these two will be leveled. Because at 34%, this becomes the weakest skill till it gets to 35, and then this becomes the weakest skill till it gets to 36, and they never go out of sync until they get to 39, in which case all 3 of these are leveled until it gets to 47, in which case all 4 of these now will be leveled, and they will never come out of level. So that's dimension 1. And then they all are going together on the way up to 100%. Now, the hypothesis is that when all your skills are leveled, all your skills support each other and you go up faster. And there's something to say about that when you just think about language. Because your interdimension language skills are going to be, reading, listening, speaking, writing, vocabulary, and grammar. And we can do the same on the interdimension as we do on the on dimension number 1. Like if this is the weakest skill, it's getting 40%, but within here, if 1, 2, 3, 4, if participation is your weakest skill here, then you're going to get most of that attention is going to go to participation, double, and on this second dimension too, and likewise for these other skills. So this is how we address weakest skills. It's a very interesting algorithm.